Let's go back to Doug Brown.
Well, it's the heavyweights next here. We have Ryan Hogue of North Tama-Traer. We saw his twin brother up here just a moment ago. And here's another Durant wrestler against him, Myron Keppy, 30-1. And Hogue is in the red. Keppy of Durant, who has some trouble with his knee a little bit, went off the edge of the mat, and he's limping a bit. Apparently he's got some kind of a leg strain. The way it's wrapped, it looks as if it might be a muscle or something.
Keppy's been here before. He was a state champion last year, so he knows what he's got to do. He's had a real strong season. And I would anticipate that he knows more about this maybe than Hogue does from North Tama. That doesn't mean that he will win it.
Up in the corner you see the 2A. That's going to be Scott Miller of Wapsie Valley at Fairbank. And Don Salyers of Central DeWitt. And at 3A is Andy Haman of Iowa City City High and Matt Burbach of Dubuque Wallet. We'll be following those two.
In fact, Myron Keppy has a split with Burbach, the young man that's in the 3A finals.
Oh.
So this year he's beaten that man as well as lost to him. So that's his only loss of the year, is to the man that's on the mat right next to him in the 3A championships.
Hogue managed to fight off the threat that you just saw. But there's no score here. Well, I'll tell you what, the AAA match just ended in a fall with Matt Burbach.
Yeah, he caught him quick.
And that, for some people, is an upset.
That's a real nice arm drag. For a big man, you don't see many of those. Nice arm drag, locked the leg, took him down for a 2-point takedown. Now he just releases him intentionally.
2-1. Myron Keppy on the right in the dark uniform in the blue. Ryan Hogue of North Tama-Traer. His brother lost at 185 pounds. He'd like to have somebody in the family go home on top.
Well, he's got his work cut out for him. This young man from Durant has been there a lot. He knows what he's got to do. Now, Ryan's got to do is keep a lot of pressure on him. Yeah, hit those kind of moves right in the middle of the mat. He knows now, I think, that he can do it. That's the kind of thing that kind of generates a little bit of psych for a guy. He wonders whether he can. He hits it out on the edge. Why not do it out there? So he may come back and throw it again.
2-1 Keppy leads. We have 25 seconds to go.
Keppy's trying to come into that double underhook. This is a position with his height he feels pretty comfortable with.
Hold up, man. Hustle back. 15.
Between periods here, we'll show you the fall over on the AAA match, AAA mat, so you won't have missed it. Happened pretty fast, as a matter of fact. 5 seconds to go.
He gets under those arms like that. Hogue has to stay out of there. He's got to back up on and keep his hips out.
2-1. Here's that fall.
Nice hip toss. Came in underneath, then slid off to a headlock. Steps across him.
Set, cover.
Got both legs in tight.
And that's Matt Burbach of Dubuque Wallace winning over Andy Haman of Iowa City City High in the AAA final. Back to this one, Keppy in the single A in the dark uniform on the left. Now leads 3-1 after an escape beginning the second period.
He catches him in that throw, it's going to be tough.
Now, this is a little bit dangerous. You get the whizzer on there tight like that, and then the man steps in behind you. That's the light that you use for leverage.
Mix her up, fellas. Let's mix her up.
If he gets enough of an angle, he'll use that leg and elevate him on over with it.
Got a warning on both of you. We got to mix it up out there. Let's go.
Back to the center.
Right here. Let's have some action.
Keppy's forcing him into a position that he wants to be into. Otherwise, he's not going to do anything. Of course, he has the lead in the match. Now, here's where he likes to be. Under both arms, using his height. That's how you get penalized.
That's a stalling point.
That's right, Hogue. You can't back up like that. You can't put your head in and block. And now he's back. He can't try to come into him to avoid the stalling. But Keppy got under the arm again.
Well, Keppy has, Hogue has his head in Keppy's chest. He's not able to get the double underhook. He's moved over on the arm. He might try something different kind of a throw here.
doesn't really have to make anything careless right now. He's probably, being a state champion and being experienced, I would imagine that he's got enough of a position in his mind that he isn't going to make any mistakes, and the other guy's going to have to do most of the wrestling.
Hogue comes in there with his head down like a bull.
Well, he's got that head to block and probably get it again.
There it was. Now that's 5-1 with about 28 seconds to go.
So you're kind of back to the Academy Award again, Doug. You know, which guy's got it now? He's got in deep. Keppy's height's keeping him off. He didn't quite have that range in order to be able to use that leverage.
Salyers is leading in a close match at the AA mat. 1-0. 1-1 now. It is 1-1. Scott Miller and Salyers. Miller's undefeated.
There he attempted that little drag, but it was too close to the edge. Lost it. There's only 4 or 5 seconds left in this period.
5-1. Keppy in the dark is leading.
Got a warning right here now. We got 1 point over here. You just backed right out of the circle. Let's go. Right out here.
He said it.
Here he is.
That's it. In the second period, now we go to the final one, the final 2 minutes, with a 5-2 score.
Your next one's going to cost you 2. Okay, get set.
Keppy starts on top with a 3-point lead.
I know Keppy was a real heavy sophomore. I would have guessed he was around 250 pounds, and it looks like he's trimmed down now in the last couple of years where he looks like he's about a 215, 220 pounder. It's made him much more agile. You know, he's a lot quicker with that excess weight off of there. So.
Putting a lot of weight, though, right now on Ryan Hogue. He has him flattened out and working on the bar arm in the back if he can make it.
If you put your weight on a man properly, it's like you're trying to drive a spike through him, and you actually weigh much more than whatever your weight is because you're concentrating and centering on one spot.
Series, man. Let's go.
Now Hogue has managed to get to his base.
Keppy needs to take him back off that base unless he wants to have to wrestle him on his feet. You know, he can knock him down again. And what Hogue wants to do is get his hips out away from him. Since he's got his head buried down in the mat, he wants to take his hips out away.
What do you think, Larry?
There you just heard the referee. One referee asked the other one, what do you think?
Yeah, it was the,
because he's trying to determine it. Well, one of these guys stalling.
we're going to find out.
A warning down here. We got 2 points right there. 2 points.
That's against the man in red, Ryan Hogue, who now has dropped to a 5-point deficit, 7-2.
Let's go.
They made up their mind.
Yeah, that's what you heard him say, though. What do you think? It wasn't like, what do you think of the match? It's what do you think is somebody stalling? Give me your advice. Give me your opinion.
50 seconds to go.
Thanks, folks. Good job.
In our 2A match over here now, Scott Miller of Wapsie Valley leads 4-2 over Don Salyers, DeWitt Central.
Bottom man set. Cover.
Keppy comes back on top for the last 47 seconds. Drop the crossface. Let Hogue get up.
He can't legitimately lock until Hogue takes his hands off the mat.
Take it to the mat, top man. Take it down.
You hear the referee saying it's your responsibility. You got to try to take him down.
He goes for the leg to get out of that position.
We got one.
I think Keppy got
hang on, right there.
Hit in the face there. And that,
you ready to go?
I don't know whether he wants any timeout or not. Yes, I think he will.
You ready to go? You need time.
So here he's got his leg up. See, he picks it up like this, and he's swinging around. Now he sets out and spins him back around. And it was the foot coming out that caught him under the chin.
He didn't want any timeout. He said, I'll go right back at it again. We have 24 seconds to go. Now fatigue is again a factor.
23, man. Let's go.
He's kind of in the driver's seat. Unless he gets thrown, he's in pretty good shape. He's in the position that he likes under the arms. All you got to do is just watch this pressure here and not get thrown over.
7-3 is the score in favor of Keppy. The 2A match is in overtime. So we'll probably have a chance to look at some of that in just a little bit here between Miller and Salyers. The AAA match ended in a hurry. with a fall for Burbach. 5 seconds to go and a 4-point lead. There's an attempted throw by Hogue, and it ends badly, but then there wasn't really much of an opportunity to do anything else.
And he did what he had to do.
9-3 is the final score in favor of Myron Keppy,
the whistles that hit the man.
who is a champion for the second time. Keppy of Durant over Ryan Hogue of North Tama, Traer, Iowa. There he is, Myron Keppy. Let's take a look.
Here comes now. Watch. See, he tries to step through, but he doesn't quite get his arm blocked off, and the arm stops him. So then he sits out and he just releases. The other guy's trying to turn out and he catches him, but there wasn't enough time to score back points or the fall.
So now, at the conclusion of that win, that match, which was a victory for Keppy, we go to that overtime match in the AA match between Scott Miller of Wapsie Valley, Fairbank, and Don Salyers of DeWitt Central. Miller came into this match with 27 straight wins. Salyers was 22-3.
And I know in that last match, Salyers scored a reversal in like the last several seconds in order to tie it up and take it into an overtime.
And to give you an idea who's who here, the man on the left in the blue is Salyers of DeWitt Central. He has his back to you now. And on the right with a stripe up the side, actually wearing the tights, is Scott Miller.
Scott's quite a football player too, and he comes in here with an undefeated season, and now he's wrestling a 2-minute match because it's still 0-0.
That's the end of the first period. We have 1-minute periods in the overtime. This is the second one. It's Miller's turn to start on top.
Salyers has got to get going down here. You know, you don't want to spend too much time in that bottom position because the fatigue factor and 1 point's going to make a big difference right here.
Nice moves, but I don't think it was in time.
No, it was off the edge. But it was what you said, nice moves. You got to be like a bucking bronco, you know. You got to twist and turn and try to get out of there.
Well, Miller didn't want to wrestle him up on his feet in behind. He went down for the leg as soon as he could. And Salyers kept making counter moves on him. Now again, he's on his feet, and this time out.
He didn't have enough pressure toward the head when he had the half on. Let him get his head up, and he could spin right out of there.
So Salyers leads 1-0 in the overtime. Second period, and just 20 seconds to go.
I think you have to realize when you get big men like this, there he caught him, just slipped him by and he got a takedown.
It's a big move because Salyers is now up by 3, and that's a lot of points to make up in this period of an overtime.
Especially if there's not much time here. It makes him have to do all of it in the last period.
And that's what's going to happen. There's the end of the second overtime period. Salyers, with an escape and a takedown, has gone up 3-0. Let's look at that again.
There he just kind of slipped off, and you saw the takedown where he came in behind him. I was going to mention that when you get big guys like this in overtime, it's especially tough because they usually don't have a lot of workout partners. So they get a little more tired because they haven't had a lot of guys to wrestle with all the time. And here you see Miller stand up, just keep turning and score the escape.
Well, now he needs a takedown to tie with 48 seconds to go.
And if he gets a takedown, we're going to be back in that same situation we were back there at 155.
Only 11 seconds to go. 11 seconds in which Miller in the black on the right must take Salyers down or lose. Don Salyers leads 3-1. Well, there's a warning against Salyers. There's the shot. Can he do it, though? It's not enough time. Not enough time. There it is. Salyers is the winner.
Looks like the coaches are happier than the athlete, doesn't it?
Well, they're not as tired as he is.
That's true.
The winner is Don Salyers of DeWitt Central over Wapsie Valley's Scott Miller. In the heavyweight class, up come the award winners on the 185-pound 1A division.
Boy, this has been a year of surprises in the heavyweight division tonight in Class 3A competition. Matt Burbach threw an Olympic headlock and put Andy Haman on his back in just a minute and 1 second. Here you're going to see it. And there it is, Andy Haman of Iowa City on his back. And you're going to see the fall here. It came in 1 minute and 1 second in the heavyweight match. In the dual meet, it was Haman a winner over Burbach of Dubuque-Wahlert 6-5. And Matt Burbach says next year he'll be playing football for Northwestern University. A happy lad there and the winner. Now, up to you, Dean.
Well, this is Don Salyers, who you just saw win the AA heavyweight crown in an overtime win over Scott Miller of Wapsie Valley. Don, you were very, very close to losing in regular time there. Tell us what happened there at the very last second.
Well, I really can't remember what happened.
Well, you scored a reversal, and you pulled up with a tie there, and then in the overtime, what was your strategy?
Yeah, I knew he was tiring a lot, just to sort of push him harder, push him as hard as I could so he'd tire out more, and then I'd go after him harder in the third period yet, and then it worked.
Congratulations. Back to you, Doug.
Well, heavyweight wrestlers, beginning with 1A.
6th place, Brian Murdoch, Corning. 5th place, Dan Blackburn, Tabor Fremont Mills. 4th place, Tom Dieleman, Lennox. 3rd place, Doug Embray, Twin Cedars Bussey. 2nd place, Ryan Hogue, Traer, North Tama. And 1st place, from Durant, Myron Keppy.
Happy people from Durant, Eastern Iowa community, which racked up 88.5 points in this tournament. That's enough to win a lot of events, but when Lisbon's up there with 116, you're just a good second.
Presenting the Class 2A awards, Coach Hal Turner of DeWitt Central. 6th place, Kurt Light, Williamsburg. 5th place, Mark Zinnel, Humboldt. 4th place, Calvin Vandehoef, Sibley. 3rd place, Dave Bossard, Clarion. 2nd place, Scott Miller, Wapsie Valley. And the 2A heavyweight champion from DeWitt Central, Don Salyers.
Don Salyers. And he pulled that out at the very end in a tough overtime match against Scott Miller. The AA finals of the heavyweight division. Unlimited, but still, well, limited only by 220 pounds.
I believe it's 230.
230?
Yes, 230. I know that Salyers has a little bit of trouble making that.
Here we are at
6th place,
AAA.
Mike Rolfs, Owine. 5th place, Dave Fincham, Iowa City West. 4th place, Tom Banks, Sioux City North. 3rd place, Terry Orth, Cedar Falls. 2nd place, Andy Hammond, Iowa City, City High. And the 3A heavyweight champion from Dubuque-Wahlert, Matt Burbach.
And he won it in a big way, too. He had a thriller. He got his man in a headlock and scored a fall. It's a big thrill for him. Matt Burbach of Dubuque-Wahlert. We have the awards yet to come from the super heavyweights.